I'm Taerie Gillan. Hi, how are you? Check me out at mysticaltruth.com and on we go. Do you remember, you may be too young, but if you're my age, older, maybe a little bit younger, there used to be a commercial that said, "The devil made me do it." Oh, I drank too much, or I stole something, or I said something I should, oh, the devil made me do it. Well, maybe that shouldn't be such a joke. So I used to be an exorcist for over 25 years and highly trained, world renowned. And I can tell you that indeed there is a realm of light and a realm of dark that are both here on planet Earth. This is 3D, it's a world of duality, and without the dark and the light, we don't have that duality. Now, the thing is that there's supposed to be a law of order in this universe, in this world, on this planet, where there's supposed to be a balance between the light and the dark. Well, of course, it's in darkness's nature to try to take over light because that's part of the game. It's part of what it does. And light tries to kind of hold back that darkness and like, okay, find your place, but don't come bug my people, kind of, right? So there's this flowing that's going on all around us that we don't see. Most people don't see. Lots of people do, but they don't talk about it. Right now in our world, it is currently 2024. And in our world, most people are not aware of the fact that we are in World War III, and it is not on the ground, as above, so below, as below, so above. It's a war between dark and light, and most people are very unaware that it's actually come to that point where we are in a war. We are in a battle for your soul. And I don't mean to sound religious because I'm not affiliated with any religion, but dark and light is a thing. I work with the light. I'm an angel communicator. I help people. I'm sitting in my classroom right now on a break. You can kind of see a little bit. We've got a whole big classroom here. It's a break, but I teach people how to work with the angelic realm, how to live in the light, how to do that and still have a normal life. But there are different choices you make when you want to walk in the light. And people are unaware of the fact that it matters. The choices you make matter, okay? So yes, the devil made you do it. Maybe not the literal devil, maybe just the darkness. Maybe just a confused or unclean soul. Maybe you were led by a false prophet who's not connecting with the light. All of these things count. So what you might not know is that the Church of Satan has been growing, a grassroots project for just decades, probably centuries, but definitely decades, most of my life. They've made a lot of progress. You would be amazed at the people who are a part of the Church of Satan. And this is creating imbalance because a lot of people that are in power worship Lucifer, who's actually worse than Satan. So there's a book called Outwitting the Devil that was actually written in 1938. I encourage you to check it out. It's back when Satan was still the one kind of running the show on the dark realm. Okay? And it's an interview with him. And as an exorcist, I know there are rules that those beings must follow if you do the right thing and kind of catch them in that little loophole. You will get a real interview. Well, Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich way back in the day, he actually wrote in 1938, Outwitting the Devil. This was such a stellar interview, literally with Satan. As an exorcist, I know. He stumbled into the loophole without knowing it. And he literally has an interview with Satan on there. So here you can learn the rules that the dark and light are supposed to play by and the tricks that the devil uses to sort of ensnare you and lead you astray. Now, what's interesting is after that book was written, later, I'm going to say probably late 70s, 80s maybe, Luciferian worship started coming in much more predominantly. And so what occurred was Lucifer, which again, not religious, but Lucifer is an angel that fell from the light, chose the darkness, and he has run amok. And that is actually who's behind the Church of Satan. Lucifer. He's not playing by the rules. You all have to understand that it's important the choices you make now. The horror movies that work with demonic stuff, if you go see those or watch those in your home, you're saying yes to the darkness. I'm not kidding you. Do what you want, but I know this to be true. You're saying, yes, please, I'd like more of that. Every person who goes sees The Ring or these Poltergeist or Exorcist, or I know they're old because I don't watch those movies, so I don't know what's out now. But anybody who goes to see that, you're saying, yes, please, I'd like that in my life. I'd like that on this planet. Yes, please. If you're listening to the slut music that is out there, that really lead you astray kind of music, the books, 50 Shades of Grey, and just all the different books, whether it's violent, sex, addiction, any of these things that bring you into those worlds of darkness, when you buy those, when you bring those into your life, what you're doing is saying, yes, please, I'd like more of this in the world. So it's important for you to be cautious with what you listen to, with what you read, with what you watch. It does matter. It is a big deal. These horribly violent graphic things, or on the streaming services, it's horrifying to me that you all watch that stuff. the diaries of serial killers and all of this. All you're doing is saying, yes, we'd like more of that, please. And then you wonder why we've got people in schools being shot up and why people are doing horrific things, unthinkable, unspeakable things. You're saying yes to it if you look at any of those things, if you purchase any of those things, if you look the other way. You're contributing to that. And I don't say that to make you feel bad. It's just that I don't think people understand that you are actually voting with your energy. So instead of watching a horror flick or reading a nasty novel or watching a TV show about forensics and violent murderers and God knows what, maybe sit outside on the porch, have a cup of tea, and watch your dog play. Or take a moment with your kids and play a game or something. Or get a grown-up coloring book, like one of those mandala coloring books, and color. Learn to play guitar. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. You don't have to do that. Y'all are saying yes to it, and you are funding the dark side in this World War III that we're in, between light and dark, and you don't even realize it. And that is the way the darkness works. They fool you into it. Everything is upside down and backwards. I'm Taerie Gillan. Check me out at mysticaltruth.com.